welcome to my channel. Today we are making these amazing chocolate mint cookies. They're perfect for Christmas, but they're perfect for any time of the year. They are so good, and they use Andes mints. So you don't need mint chocolate chips that seem to be scarce everywhere, at least they are in Canada. So let's get started. The first thing you need is 3/4 cups of butter, 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of water. We need 2 cups semi-sweet chocolate chips, 2 eggs, 2.5 cups all-purpose flour, 1¼ teaspoons baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and our Andes mints. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just put the dry ingredients together in a bowl, and I'm going to mix them up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the butter in the microwave just until it is almost melted. You don't want it to get hot. You just want almost like little bits of butter still unmelted in it. So just barely, and it's usually about 30 seconds or less in the microwave. See how this is barely melted? And I'm just going to mix it up to make sure all the lumps are gone. And that's it. We're now going to put in the brown sugar as well as the water, and we're going to mix that up. You have to make sure all the chunks dissolve. So the next thing we're going to do is put the chocolate chips in, and we are going to microwave these for about 30 seconds at a time and stirring between until these are just melted. Again, we're not making this hot, we're just melting it. This is the first 30 seconds. Now, as you can see, a lot of the chocolate does melt, but I can tell I'm going to have to put it in for a little bit more, but maybe only about 15 seconds. This should do it. I could tell as soon as I got it out of the microwave. Getting nice and creamy. Now this is barely warm, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it here for about 10 or 15 minutes just to cool it off and let it get to room temperature. So I kind of started this and forgot to film. So I put in 1 egg already, and I beat it at high speed. The reason why you wait a little bit to put the eggs in is you don't want to put eggs into something too warm, because then they'll just have scrambled eggs. You'll cook the eggs. So now I'm going to put the second egg in and do it at high speed again until it's incorporated. Okay, so we're just going to clear our sides, and we're going to add our flour mixture just a little at a time, and we're going to put it down to low speed. Your dough is going to be nice and thick, and once it's all incorporated, we're just going to clean off our beaters. We're going to cover this with a piece of plastic saran wrap, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for about an hour to cool off, let those the butters in there, the oils, the fats solidify a bit. So we'll see in a little bit. So this has been chilling. It was probably in there a couple of hours, but I let it sit out for about 20 minutes. And I'm just using a small scoop for these. For Christmas cookies, I don't want them too big because I find people want to try so many varieties if they're huge cookies. And plus they go farther. So I'm just going to fill up this tray. So once I have all the balls out on the tray, I pick them up and I just roll them in my hands to make them nice and smooth. And then you can also put them in the large grain sugar and do that for each of them. I am now going to put these in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Be careful not to over bake them. It's usually in the 8 or 9 minute mark. So let's get these in. So while the cookies are in the oven, you're going to take the Andes mints and you're going to break them in half. If you don't have Andes mints, try and get something similar like After 8. If you get one like a York peppermint patty, those don't work out well, so avoid those. But anything like this. Now, as soon as they come out of the oven, I had mine in for 8 minutes. I just place one of the chocolate mints on top. I find if you press them in, it can really crack the cookie a lot, so they don't look as pretty. Now, if you find that these aren't all melty in a minute, you could just put them back in the oven just for a few seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, just to get that all melted. Now, after a couple of minutes, they should be melted. A lot of times you can tell if the top just looks a little glossy. And all you're going to do is gently swirl this. And if you swirl it the right way, sometimes you can get some of the nice green and it looks a little marbled. So I'm going to leave these on for about 5 more minutes and then I'm going to take them off the baking sheet. They could actually come off now because it's been a few minutes, and put them on a wire rack to completely cool. When they're completely cooled, this chocolate will set. If you're having problems getting it to set, just pop it in the fridge or the freezer for a minute to firm it up. They are completely cooled and they are done. One of the good things about these is that they dry, so that you don't have to worry about piling them on top of each other, and that makes it easier to pack up too and put in your freezer. So give them a try. I'm addicted to them. I've had maybe 6 of them. They're amazing. What do you think, Jessie?
They're so good.
Aren't they? Okay, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all of our other cookie recipes. I'll put one above right here. And until next time, keep baking.